Probably one of the biggest gripes that us rideshare drivers and food delivery drivers have is being wrongfully deactivated or terminated from the platform. And today I want to talk to you guys about something that we all probably have either faced or likely will face. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim with another ride sharing video. Now, I predominantly drive for Lyft in my market. The bonuses tend to be better than Uber. Nevertheless, when there is a significant surge, I will take trips from Uber as well. Now, when I talk about wrongful deactivations, we're talking about a driver that did nothing wrong, or maybe some cases passengers making up bullshit about you, or whatever the case may be. Well, there is a company that often leads the charge in having drivers wrongfully deactivated, and that's what we want to talk about today, because we all can be victimized by this. And I would invite anyone in the comment section, if you have been victimized by this, let everybody know in the comments your story as well, because this happened to me. Checkr. We've all heard of Checkr, Checkr. This is the company that performs background checks for many different gig companies. We're talking Uber, Lyft, Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats. Checkr performs background checks to make sure us drivers are, supposedly safe to be on the road. And yours truly, I don't have anything in my background. Never been arrested. I don't, deal with narcotics or anything like that. So there's no kind of DUIs or anything on my rap sheet. No speeding tickets, none of that bullshit. However, Uber all of a sudden took me off the platform. And I'm thinking, what the hell? What went wrong? Uber didn't send me any type of notification that you could no longer accept trips. So I don't drive for Uber, like I stated before, as much as I do Lyft. So it wasn't a huge issue, but I did want to drive when they had surge pricing. So I'm sending them messages. They're not responding. I don't know why the hell I cannot take trips. There's some kind of issue out there. Turns out Uber was performing a random background check on me. And while the background check was in progress, they suspended me from driving. There's no claims against me. There was no tickets or insurance issues. There was nothing at all. This is 100% random background checks just to make sure you haven't been doing anything wrong while driving. I'm fine with a random background check. But why would you temporarily suspend someone from earning an income while you're completing the check? What makes it worse, not only did they suspend me from the app while they were running the background check, Uber, for the most part, will punt to Checkr. If you're asking Uber, why the hell can I not take trips? Well, we have to wait till Checkr responds, and you have to contact them. If you contact Checkr, Checkr tells you, well, Uber is the one that suspended you. We have no jurisdiction over who they allow to drive or not. You have to contact Uber. So both sides are like, it ain't my fault, go to that person. And at the end of the day, just to make a long story short, to show you how awful this shit was, it took them 3 weeks before they finally came back with a clear background check and reinstated me back on the app. By that time, I think I had sent them maybe 10 or 15 messages that most of them were going unresponded to, or they give you these pre-written responses that often have nothing to do, not a damn thing to do with what you're even contacting them for. It generally starts out with, we're sorry, we're working on it, or it's a real general response that could apply to a host of questions, a host of issues. I'm assuming many of you, my veteran drivers in the comments, if you've ever had to deal with Uber or maybe even Lyft, I'm sure you are familiar with these pre-written bullshit responses that often do not even pertain to what the hell you're trying to talk to them about. But it took me 3 weeks to get reinstated on that app with nothing was wrong. It was just a random background check. So I wanted to find out. I'm thinking I already know the answer, but I want to discuss it with you folks and see what has checker ever resulted in you being wrongfully deactivated, or at the very least, like in my case, suspended for several weeks from earning a living? I mean, now I drive part-time, I don't drive full-time, but for you full-time drivers, obviously getting suspended for 3 weeks would be a killer to your finances. Would literally destroy your finances. Not only do I drive part-time, but the vast majority of it is for Lyft. So getting suspended from Uber for 3 weeks in my case was a minimal setback. It was only a minimal setback. But if you're out here driving for Uber full-time or driving for Lyft full-time, and you get suspended for 3 weeks, your finances are going to be fucked. So I'm trying to figure out how often this happens, because I mean, to some degree, you never know. They may end up being a victim of a class action suit on this shit. There's just no reason to take someone down at all while running a random background check, much less for 3 freaking weeks. You know, until there's some reason to legitimately remove somebody from the app, you should be able to drive. But to take me off the app while they ran the background check was incredibly frustrating. Certainly when I'm trying to contact them and they're both pushing off the response on each other. Let me know in the comments if this shit happened to you. Just really pissed me off. As always, click the like button. Subscribe to the damn channel. You know what we say. It's your boy Tim. See you in the next video.